Well, welcome back to this week's video. So, this week we're over Penzance side of the county, which is a little bit unusual for us. We don't tend to come over here too much. We're going to do another stealth camping video tonight, but instead of just spending all night in the van and doing all that kind of stuff, we've got outdoor fire in store, we've got greenlaning. I'm going to give my first attempt. Now, doing this on my own may not be the smartest move, but we have started with something tame, very tame, mostly gravel track. But there's a little bit where hopefully we might get a bit of a challenge. I was sat at home last night wondering how I could make this a bit more interesting than the usual camp out, and I came across the Greenlaning Association. That took me down a bit of a rabbit hole and ended up with me spending 40 odd quid on a membership. And essentially what this does is it gives you the most comprehensive map to look at all the trails in the UK that you're allowed to drive on. Other people can go on and rate them, other people who have driven them and whatever else. You can also help with keeping the trails open if landowners try and stop you getting over it. Lots of things that keep the byways open for everybody in England. Now you may be wondering, what's a byway? So a byway is essentially something where you are allowed to take, and this is my understanding of it, vehicles across it. So you've got bridle paths, which are obviously horses and walkers. This allows you to have vehicles, motorbikes, quads, push bikes, basically whatever you want to a degree, I believe, as long as you can fit and you're not doing too much damage. This does mean that you've got walkers on trail. So one thing that they do ask as part of the etiquette when doing this is keep speeds to 12 miles an hour and keep it safe and respectful. If there's people coming towards you, generally stop, let them pass, and then you continue rather than them pulling over for you. We've got a lot in store. Let's get on the road. We're at the start of it now. This is tarmac here, but down there by about 200 meters, the road splits 4 ways. We carry straight on and we are out onto the trail. So let's get on with it. I can't wait for this one. Like I say, we're starting this very tame. I've never done it before, let alone going off on my own. So we're going to take it fairly steady. Van though, so far, handling it well. We are very much the width of the track, is what I will say. Keeping it nice and slow to try and keep everything still in the cupboards and keep all the cupboards shut still. We've now made it to Batalic. We're right out on the cliffs. You can see all the mining stuff all over there. It's absolutely breathtaking up here. But for now, we've got Big Norm all ready to go. Let's see if we can get the drone up. Let's crack on with the second half of the lane. So look at this though. Right out on the cliffs, nothing but sea, van, and a lane. Let's crack on. So there comes a point where you're not sure what you're faced with, and I've not done this before and ended up in trouble. So you have to get out and you have to walk it. Now the reason for that is a big dip right in the middle of this. And this is where the bit where I was hoping it was going to get a little bit interesting. Now the thing that worries me is it is bloody steep. Oh, It is proper steep getting out the other way. So let's show you. So the question is, can Big Norm make it down this and up the other side? So you can see just how steep this is. Now my worry is if I can't get out, I'm now a long way down. That's got a big ramp to get back out, which I know on camera this doesn't look a lot, but I'm level with this bit here and I'm 5'11". So then that is another step up again there, and that is steep, right after been through a big old muddy bit of water. Now this concerns me because it does look sloppy as, but I guess momentum carrying down and the momentum carrying up. Oh, you can hear how wet it is. Now front wheel drive open diff vans don't like this sort of stuff. What I don't know is if it's rock in the middle or if it's mud. If I take you off wide angle, yeah, that's twice the height of me over a very short period, and I don't know if I'm going to get around this without damaging something on this area here. I don't think I'm going to make it through that gap. Annoyingly, once you get past that point, it's near enough flat. You can see where the van's parked all the way up there, so you can come round here and circumvent it. Part of me really wants to have a go. The other part of me thinks, is it worth your wheels? Because that is narrow. Just going to cite deliberation for a minute, because I kind of really don't want to take the fanny way round, if I'm honest. I don't know if I'm going to clear that, is my worry. I don't know if the drive shaft or the rear axle end up smacking that. So that way's certainly not an option, but it looks like people have actually been going that way, I think. You see, if it wasn't for these rocks here, I'd be willing to give it a go. Jess would be proud, but I think on this occasion I'm gonna have to take the fanny way around. I don't like doing that, but also those wheels are worth too much. And that, although it may look it on camera there is some jaggedy rocks, and the chances of your face of the wheel not falling into that one is slim. Yep, it's a shame. I was really looking forward to splashing through a big puddle, but I think on this occasion, I'm gonna play it safe. I'd like to still have wheels and bollocks, to be fair, because if I damage this van, or the wheels specifically, which I wanted, Jess is going to kill me. So, yeah, let's head back to the van and we'll go round the loop that goes along there. So we'll catch you back in the van. I can't believe how lovely this evening is. It is absolutely breathtaking. We just found a random car park on this. I think this does mean, seeing these engine houses, that we are nearly at the end of it. Let's jump out and have a look. Well, I'll be honest, that's not a bad view. I'd take that. It's an absolutely fantastic evening. And just behind us is Norm, sitting proudly. I know to a lot of you that do this, that was probably pansy stuff, but I've never done it before, and I have achieved getting that van stuck twice. Once in the Arctic and once in Kielder. So I figured, consider I'm at work tomorrow and I don't want to be, you know, stuck out on a Cornish cliff top somewhere as much as I'd like to be. I thought I'd just take it easy. The other thing is, you don't know the capability of the van. Ultimately, it did fine on that. It was just a bit of gravel. There's a couple of steep bits, a couple of bits where you were sort of having to put the van in the right place to make sure that the back end didn't just completely mash a rock. So it's a little bit technical, a little bit of fun. We have to continue further along here, more towards those engine houses. Now to head on to our parking spot for the night, I think. I've never stayed here before. It's going to be interesting to see if we can. There doesn't look like there's any signs online. It looks like a fairly dead-end cove. But because the sun's come out, there are quite a lot of people out tonight. So it might be a bit hit or miss. If we can stay there, it'll be kind of fantastic. But if we can't, I won't be surprised. But I do have a backup option, which I think gives us just the same amount of wow factor. Downside is there's houses, so we won't really be able to have a fire. First one we will. So I'm really hoping that the first one comes off. So let's get on the road and see if we can stay there. Let's find out. This park up for the night, if it comes off, will be an interesting one. It looks as though it's potentially been untapped by Vanlife. I don't know why, but there is naff all information for it online. There is nothing on Park for Night for it, nothing. So I imagine that has a little bit to do with the fact that it's National Trust. I'm hoping that's not the case, and I'm hoping it's maybe just something that people haven't come across yet. One recommendation I've got is, if anyone ever comes to Cornwall, I'm currently driving along the road that goes from St Ives to Land's End. I can't remember the name of it, I'll put it on screen. We love to come and drive it. I mean, there aren't many roads like this that you get in Cornwall. In the off season, it is a fantastic, fun road that you don't have to blast down, but you could just cruise like tonight on a lovely summer's evening. I can't believe I'm saying that after the amount of rain we've had today, but this evening is absolutely fantastic. You can just cruise along it, you can enjoy the sights, just heading to the most southerly point in Cornwall. We've got about 8 minutes till the destination. It's only a couple of miles away, but I think it gets narrow. So let's see how this one goes. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on, but there is fire services here. They're doing some sort of cutting. The other problem I've got is that there is absolutely zero signal here and I'm on call. But it is an absolutely incredible spot. If we could come down here again when I wasn't on call, it'd be worth a shot. Right, annoyingly, park up number 2. Not the exact plan B I had, but essentially just up the hill from plan A. There's a nice little concrete area. The sea is just there, so we're only a little bit up, but here I've managed to get signal. So I think we're gonna call it quits here for the night. We'll get some steak on and let's make some dinner.
Over. I felt you drifting away from me. In truth, I'm braver never gave me credit. I'm living.
There we go. Got the first bit of a fire sorted. What a view. Responsible fire. Well in from anything else around it. And we've had a lot of rain today as well. So the ground is wet. So we'll see what the firemen say when they come past. Well, the firemen have just driven straight past. So they even got a thumbs up. Must be doing something right. But yeah, in a fire pit, away from the grass. Like I say, a lot of rain. So we're all good. But we have got someone walking up towards us. So we'll see how this goes. Hello call's nice. I even got a hello. That's rare. That is really rare in Cornwall when it comes to vans. And you've got a fire going. Now that we've arrived, it's time to do some dinner. So we've got steak, we've got mushrooms, and we've got blue cheese. We're going to do blue cheese sauce with steak, and I think we've got some wedgies left from one of our previous camping trips still in the fridge. But I do have to extend a massive thank you to Custom Knives. He very kindly sent us this absolute beauty of a knife. It is so sharp, it's unreal, and the finish on it is absolutely fantastic. He very kindly reached out and offered to send it to us. He's not asked us to do a video on it, it's not sponsored, it's not anything like that. But we've used it a few times now, and I honestly can't believe how sharp it is. So we will definitely be purchasing another one. I want a bit more of a hunting knife. I have this one. You see size difference. I want something in between these two, just like a general knife. So I think we'll definitely be tapping him up to try and get another one made for us. Maybe matching, maybe a different style. Not quite sure yet. But the fire's starting to go down a bit, so let's start prepping some dinner. A very rare thing to be able to sit out in Cornwall and have a fire. Cornwall's so sort of densely populated that there's very few spaces like this, especially once summer comes, because we have a lot of gorse around here as well, that you can just sit and have a fire. It's a rare thing, but it is beautiful down here. There's not a soul here other than me and the fire and the Norm, which is quite nice. So I should probably talk a little bit about the trail. I know I said earlier that it was a bit of a softie, but I've had the van stuck in many places. Well, two. Once in the Arctic, which you saw, and then the other time was in Kielder Forest, where I tried to do a 3-point turn in the road, misjudged the lay-by, ended up with it at 45 degrees. 150 quid later, we had the van pulled out by a local towing company who took great pleasure in sort of mocking, which is fair. It was a stupid mistake. But yeah, we started easy. It was overall successful. Nothing collapsed inside. Everything was strong enough. Didn't damage any wheels, which is always a bonus, especially when they cost as much as they do. But no, Norm handled it like a little champ. The Greenlaning Association is actually a fantastic bit of kit that I found last night, where essentially people can go on and they can rate the trails. So people go on the byways, stuff like that, they'll post comments. It's equivalent to Park for Night, but for off-roading. So it's a really useful bit of kit. Now I've been after something because although this isn't massive, it's still big. So if you get yourself into a situation where you can't turn around very easily, it's still not going to be a fun thing to get out of. So it's really nice having that ability. And again, not sponsored by them or anything like that. It's just a tool that I found and I thought, that's brilliant. So I think it's £42. I can put the correct amount on the screen. But yeah, it's been faultless for us today. There's a chap that reviewed it in a Dacia Duster. And I figured if that could do it, this could do it. I don't know where the time went. If nobody's had a go at Greenlaning, go get the mapping. I'll put a link in the description for it. and just go have a play. I mean, I know I was filming, so I was a bit biased with this, but hours passed while I was doing it. I got here and the sun had nearly set. So yeah, it was a really, really enjoyable first experience. But yeah, let's crack on with this, because I think I need a bit more wood because my steak's not really cooking. I would show you outside, but it's dark. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we have steak with wedgies and a blue cheese and mushroom sauce. Let's dig in. Doesn't get much better than this. Dinner was absolutely delicious, so let's chill out by the fire and just enjoy the rest of the light for the day. Well guys, it's been an absolutely fantastic evening, but we're a bit of a mess now. It's a bit difficult to get in the back doors here, so everything's inside for the night, and in the morning I'll move out and get everything back under the bed to tidy up. But yeah, I think for tonight this is where I'm going to leave you. It's been absolutely beautiful. You can see there's just a slight glimmer of a glow still in the sky. We're getting on for 10 o'clock now, so I'm going to have to bed. I'll see you bright and early in the morning. Good morning. So last night was a fantastic sleep. Nobody here, not a single person came down. I think we had a bit of rain because the ground's wet. But yeah, it was a really good park up. It was somewhere that would be really good to come back with Jess actually. Now, first of all, we need to tidy up because I just sort of got in last night and piled things everywhere because it was getting on. So let's tidy the van up. Anyone who watched our last video who's thinking about making that box carrier, do it. It's awesome. We've got wood in it, we've got fire pit in it, we've got trandur in it, all sorts of step to get in the van if we're on a bit more of a site kind of thing. Brilliant bit of kit. I'm aware I did this a bit backwards, because usually we get to a park up, we show you the park up, and then we crack on. But because we arrived so late after our little greenlaning fun last night, and the fact that there was no signal, and the fact that there was fire engines down there, I just wanted to get on with cooking, because it was getting on for 8:30, sun was going down, and we were running out of time. So, this is the park up. Now, it is just a lay-by, but if I keep walking back and move to the side a little bit, you'll see the sea. We are literally just up the hill from the original park up that I was planning, but look at that view. Absolutely fantastic. So I reckon we need to head down here, because believe it or not, there's a car park right on the end, which is where I was originally trying to stay. So let's show you around. Alright, so we're down at the park up. Now, I'd say it's average. It's not really anything special, but I'll let you figure that one out for yourself. Let's show you. Told you I wasn't that special, but let's have a quick look around and see what there is, because I can see there's all kinds of old buildings everywhere. Look at that one. To be fair, that's not bad. So this was actually the original spot I'd intended to stay in, where the van is just there. But yeah, been on call, lack of signal, all the rest of it. Stayed further up where I knew I could get in a call. But this is definitely somewhere to come back with Jack. I think that's where we're going to end it for this video. I just want to say thank you for everyone watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. We did something a little bit different with the Greenlaning stuff. If people like it, something we'll definitely do more of. I mean, I'll be doing it more anyway because I was grinning like a little kid doing that. But yeah, let us know in the comments. We just want to say a massive thank you to everyone that watched and supported the last video for the box carrier. The response to that has been fantastic and more than we could ever imagine. So thank you for that. Remember to like, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.